Okay. They are racing in the Swiss Alps. Brian Weissman and Daniel Chang. On your marks, get set, go! Oh my God, Daniel won! Daniel won!
You're damn right I'm back. It's Don Ching here. Did you miss me? Put in the comments below, do you want to see more Don Ching movies? Do you miss Don Ching? Where the hell have you guys been? Get back to it. This Daniel Chang guy. God, this guy always dominates the market. Time for me to dominate back. And we're back. It's me, Daniel with Vintage Magic. Happy Finance Friday. Well, for those of you figuring it out, I am in Hawaii, taking a little vacation away from this COVID crap. Pretty crazy stuff happening in the world. I guess we're going to have to do some videos about that later on, about the marketplace, some of the news, the corona. But today, we're going to talk more about questions. Questions from our appraisal client, James. I think he's from the Michigan area, I believe. He knows Jeff or watches Jeff Boski's video. So James, thanks again for these questions. If you guys ever have any questions on videos, you can just go to vintagemagic.com, go to contact us, send me some questions. If they are not the same type of thing all over again, I will probably make a video. Try to be as creative as possible. Helps a lot. And be as specific as you can. Leave your contact phone number and email, all that stuff, and I'll try to follow up with you if we make a video. All right, so today for Finance Friday, I thought this was relevant because of the fact that I haven't really done a finance video as of late of current events. This kind of fits in what the hell's going on, and I'll kind of expound on everything. All right, so James is actually doing like a appraisal thing. He has a bunch of items he wants me to kind of do some market valuation. But number one question, I plan on holding these cards. So these cards he has, reserve lists, revised dual lands, I believe, stuff like that, for a minimum of 10 years. Should I insure it? Should I sell it? I keep the cards stored in a fireproof safe in a climate and humidity controlled a controlled environment. The manufacturer of the safe insures up to $50K, so it would be a waste to get the money outside the policy already covered? Question mark. Interesting. First question, what safe do you have that they are insuring $50,000? That's a problem right there. First thing I would say is companies that have that kind of thing, have that kind of policy, always read the warranty. I don't know if it handles collectibles, artwork, trading cards. I don't know, but I would look. Please let me know. I'll have to talk to James later on. But if you have something like that ever, please do not just look at, covers $50,000, up to $50,000. No. There has to be, things you have to follow, a process, right? For that kind of thing. To answer your question, so James has a bunch of cards. He sent me a list of cards, and they're the typical stuff that you always see: reserve list cards, dual lands, Power 9, stuff like that. And so, also, I think there's Arabian Nights, Legends, stuff like that. Okay, so I'm gonna be very broad here. Okay, for everybody. I talked to James about it briefly, but I haven't really gone over it. So this is like the first revealing of my thoughts. I really feel like in today's 2021, not 2020, 2021 market, it's going to be a lot of the same as last year. There's going to be no Magic Fest, no events, so everything you buy, sell will be mostly online. eBay, TCG Player, buy lists, their buy lists are coming back. trading on Facebook, sales, whatever, right? That kind of thing. I don't feel like collectibles is going to go down. Now, Magic cards last year didn't really grow like Pokemon and Bitcoin and sports cards did. The acceleration did not go that way. But already in 2021, I've already noticed that like reserve list type of cards boxes like Stronghold, the revised Dual Land boxes back. You got some Legends boxes, the Dark, Exodus, Weatherlight, Tempest. Am I missing something there? Somewhere Urza boxes. They're all kind of like creeping up a little bit. There's a cyclical cycle to all this stuff. Sometimes it goes down a little bit, but now there's a new bar that's being set. And even Alliances boxes, stuff like that. So what I've noticed is that there's a great appetite for sealed product, and the single market actually is steadily creeping back up. There's also another format called Old School Magic Singleton, 7 points. There's 7 points to it, so you have to look at the video from Brian Weissman. He did a really great one. I posted on my Facebook, but basically it's a new format where people are, playing like a Commander style, but online and with old school Magic cards. So there's an appetite for people to buy the cards and make decks. Alpha 40 continues to grow. I've seen people make, just from different places, all walks of life, buy into Alpha 40, make decks. So that market isn't changing. It's going to keep growing in my opinion. So how does that affect like the Power 9, the Dual Lands, all that kind of stuff? Oftentimes people, I've said this in my other videos and I'll say it again. If you need to sell to buy something important to pay off debt, personal stuff, I think it's wise to sell. If you're taking the money that you have for this Magic investment, in this case, James, and putting it into a higher risk, higher volatility, but maybe higher reward, such as Tesla stock, gone absolutely bonkers, and it's still going bonkers, right? 2021 just started going bonkers again. You got the Bitcoin thing, the cryptocurrency is continuing to grow. I feel like those markets, you could make extreme returns, right? If the market keeps going the way it is. It's parabolic. It's absolutely exponential growth, right? Crazy growth. But the thing is, if you could put the money into that, because the thing is, Magic the Gathering cards, treat it just like the Bitcoin, all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of you guys feel like it feels good to own these Magic cards. It feels good to touch them, to look at them in their binders, to talk about them on your channel, YouTube channel, and sort them. Someone I know does that. But all in all serious, all jokiness aside, take a thought process here. The money, if you're looking at Magic cards as strictly an investment, and you're trying to make more money, Magic is not the #1 fastest growing investment. I've never said that. Never said that Magic is going to be booming like crazy every single year. Never said that. I've been always honest with you guys. I do think Magic is something that feels good, people know about, and it's consistent. Those are key attributes to Magic. Cryptocurrency, Tesla stock, you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't know what's happening. It's all like a very, how would you call it? It's all, you have no idea, right? Magic cards, we all know it. Now, baseball cards and sports cards and Pokemon, that kind of thing, they're kind of in that realm. But ask yourself, the people that know Magic, do you know Pokemon really that well? Or are you just going to buy for speculation? Are you buying Flesh and Blood stuff because everybody else told you to do it? Is this speculation? Is Flesh and Blood really a great game? Is there millions of people playing Flesh and Blood? Or are you buying it because of speculation? I don't think anybody's really playing Flesh and Blood at any level compared to Magic, right? But it's all speculation right now for investors. Is the Bitcoin thing, the cryptocurrency, do you know much about the technology? Do you even care? Or are you just doing it because you're just saying, hey, look, I just don't want to miss the bandwagon. And I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Sometimes you have to have some exposure and a little bit of everything. So in James' situation, the question remains, are you at a point in your life where you want to pay off the debt or reshuffle the assets, in this case Magic, into other vehicles that can make more money? If that's the case, I do it. Now, again, your situation, ask yourself, do you have kids? Are you looking to buy a house? Are you looking to pay off college? stuff like that, right? If you have a lot of debt and stuff, you may want to rethink all this. However, other people would argue to me and say, well, Dan, if I take my cash or my investment of Magic and put it into something that could make more money, in this case, I mentioned some other vehicles, that could accelerate me paying off those things very fast if they keep rising. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I think there's an opportunity there. However, if you go all in, and this is the warning for you bullish people in any kind of market that's, not proven yet. If you go all in on flesh and blood, you go all in on crypto, you go all in on, one stock, not multiple stocks, right? A fund. If you do anything, if you just go all in on one thing, I feel like there's too much risk. I feel like being more conservative investing, I know that some of you guys are crazy about crypto, crazy about certain things, certain cards, whatever. But for me, I am not one to dive in to something, just go all in like crazy. It's kind of funny because, sorry, my video cut off on that last thought. So yeah, I'm not want to go all in because I just don't feel like it's smart. Now, again, you'll probably say, hey, you know what, Dan? What if I want to pay off my debt? I want to take this Magic money. I want to go into other vehicles, and that can basically pay off other. Stop, Nick. Stop. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you ruining my video?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, don't do that. Okay, Daddy kept it. Now retake that part. All right, hold on. God, how many distractions am I going to have today? All right, so back to what I was saying. Bottom line, don't just go all in on everything you have. I mean, I know you're on one thing. If you're trying to pay off your debt, grow your capital, that type of thing, I can respect that. I did that early on in my career because, again, look at your current situation, where you are in life, and, really do I have the appetite to essentially, do I have a risk appetite to basically lose everything, right? Am I willing to go for that? All right, so part of this question also was insurance. So through this part, insurance is a tricky thing. This is actually something I need to talk about in another video about like estate planning, stuff like that. But my current theory on insurance is insurance is a loss leader. Remember, a loss leader. How that means is that basically you're paying a company to pay you back if there's a total loss, right? A potential loss of your Magic cards in this case. The thing is, this annual price or monthly fee, when they break it down, it could be very expensive. Very expensive. And now I think Beckett has partnered with a CIS or some collectibles insurance something company. Other companies have now insured other baseball cards or other kind of cards. So that type of thing has become more. Scotty's outside. They're outside. Go outside. They're downstairs. Sorry. Insurance is a tricky thing because the thing is, what if your collection is only worth $100,000 in this case, but your premium every month or every year is $1,200. Let's make up a number, right? That could very well be the case. $1,200. The question is, do you want to pay? $1,200 a month, a year to insure $100,000 when you could easily get, these are my suggestions, a safety deposit box. I'm not convinced on this safe, right, that he has that can insure up to $50,000. I like a safety deposit box at a bank, a good area, great bank, a good facility, that type of thing. I also like the fact that banks are always monitored all the time. There's better, humidity control, that type of thing. They have better standards, right? So I like that better. Now, if you insist to have it at your home and have this type of safe thing, I'm not confident that these kind of gun safes or Sentry safes, whatever, right? Whatever they sell you at Costco, I'm not confident they're going to give you the best humidity control protection. I think it has to do with more of the circulation of the home. So if your home doesn't have like AC during the hot times, it's a very humid weather like Florida, you're going to have to be very careful because it could destroy your cards, even if they're graded. Oh, it's even worse because it's like being in an oven. Imagine graded cards already encapsulated in a closed, safe setting. And then it's like an oven. It's like a maximum oven, right? Especially if there's not circulated air and it's not, so I really caution on that. But all in all, I like the BankSafe thing because like a bigger box, 10 by 10, could cost you about $100 a year. Now, Dan, people ask me, well, Dan, do I put insurance on top of that? Yes, you can. You can put insurance on something that's at a bank. You just give them the address that it's in, right? The problem with that is that you're paying insurance on something that really will never ever be destroyed unless there's some kind of nuclear bomb or some kind of Mission Impossible theft that you're going to go after your magic cards. Highly unlikely, and that's exactly what insurance is. It's more about risk. What's the risk value assessment? So that's kind of what I think about insurance. Yeah, I hope that answers that. Okay, number 2 question. Currently, I have an excess cash flow, and I'm looking to buy other options for I have other options for investing in Magic. My goal is not to necessarily open a store, but I have an idea what I'd like to highlight here. This may not be already in play on the marketplace. What are your thoughts on this approach from a hedge fund perspective? Pooling resources to buy out large positions and having investment slices divided up among stakeholders. Wow, great question. So let's say, for example, let's say there's a collection that is for sale, 100K range, and person 1, 2, 3 all wanted to buy into a piece of investment. I think it would allow people to get into higher end marketplace simply. They would not have to be the only ones contributing into the entire purchase. This would add liquidity and buying power to a network, minded individuals with power of networking, develop sales. Ask Boesky and staking details. Sort of the same concept. Okay, so Boesky is a professional, Jeff Boesky is a professional poker player, and when he gets staked for tournaments. So when you have poker tournaments, you don't actually pay, most pros don't actually pay all their buy-ins. They're staked by a percentage. All the famous ones especially. So it's very, very common. So I think this is a great question. This is a phenomenal question. All right, so let me think about this. All right, back to this question about a hedge fund okay, first off, I'm not going to use the word hedge fund. I'm going to use probably like okay, first off, this multi-people investing in the same thing. So this type of thing isn't new. It's already been done. For example, the original Time Walk Alpha Art, I own a third of that. My friend Brian owns another third, and my another client owns the other third. So basically, another investor owns another third. So basically, you have a third, and a third. And that's been, already completed. And so that gives you an example, like deals that go, I've done deals where a client would fund the entire thing, right? And then I would sell it and share the profit because I got the deal or something. Lots of variations of this happens already. Hedge fund thing, this is when you get to like the mythic market situation where you have to now go to the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission on the stock thing. Can get kind of tricky. I'm not going to talk about that. That's not what this video is going to be about today, but I like this idea where you're basically crowdfunding multiple deals and not just having like thousands of people, but a key core group of people you can trust and depend on. So this part, I'm going to be very clear that you have to have people who have not only liquid money that's proven, shown, or it's consolidated like an escrow, right? Another thing they have to prove is their trust. Now, I'm not saying go to mom and dad, go to your cousins, whatever. I'm saying go to people that you could trust. They could be your friends or not, but ultimately it's all business. You have to be able to distinguish business and friendship. And friends can actually become very hard to deal with. So it's very important you have people that you can work with. Now, there's someone in this type of investment that has to be kind of the salesman or the head honcho, right? This could be you, James, in this case. So let's say you find a $100,000 collection, just like you said in this example, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 people, whatever, right? Let's say 3 people, okay? And you want to basically buy this collection. So it's effectively $33,333.33, something like that, right? And so how's this going to work? First off, the best way for it to work is that everything's written in writing. Everything's very clear. Or there's also a video recording or something and notarized document that you guys all agree on the stake of this asset. So treat this Magic the Gathering collection, all the contents of the collection, as an asset, a piece of real estate. And then you can notarize a document on who stores it, how is it divided, if there's a problem. There's different aspects to this. And I'm going to have to break that down next time in another video, but this has already happened. And to answer your question, yes, I like this. I like this because you get a diversification of different assets of Magic. You can go into sealed product now, you can go graded cards, maybe some artwork, uncut sheets, artist proofs. You put your money on multiple different areas rather than go all in. Now, the biggest problem, and I think everybody probably in this video has figured out, is when 1 or 2 or multiple people just absolutely go ballistic and they want to sell, or they don't care, or their wife's pissed, or they need to sell something because their debt's out of whack. Whatever. I don't care what the excuse is. This is the problem with every situation. And so, over the years, I have invested lots of things from art to collectibles to sealed boxes to sets, whatever, right? Graded cards with different clients. And I have found that it works, but it doesn't work. It's not the easiest thing. Because let's say you, James, want to sell your position. How do you do it? How do you even quantify it? You get an appraisal from me again? What's going to happen? So these type of things, this is a very tough situation. I like this question, but it's going to require a much longer video. All in all, I think it's a great idea. I think it's smart, but all the logistics and the fine print must be documented and set up, especially that kind of money. $100,000, talking a lot of money, especially $100, $200, $300, $500 million adds up really fast. Great question, by the way. All right, so the third question today is, where do you see the market moving post-pandemic, okay, after the corona? He also says, I appreciate your time. And finally, let's say, he has an opinion about the game, but I'm not going to read about it. Okay, so, by the way, James, thanks again for obviously getting, asking me about the appraisal. Boski's a friend of mine. He's a great guy. And, I hope to meet you someday in person. So answering this question, post-pandemic, that means after the vaccine is here, that means everybody has it. We can travel. Masks are off. I mean, I don't know when that's going to be. That's going to be a while. Here's the answer. I don't feel like Magic the Gathering, or I think collectibles as a whole will probably change a little bit, in the sense that right now you have a situation where the only thing you can do is buy online and sit and watch pack breaks, and you know what I mean? Everybody is antsy to get out there. There's no conventions. There's no deals in person. Unless you want to go to, certain places, certain states or whatever, and do the deals and wear a mask. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to risk getting sick, right? So you want to wait it out, right? So it's going to be a while when that world comes. And when that world comes, I really feel like Paper Magic, the convention, the Magic Fest, will probably change. I don't think it's going to look the same. I think the digital part of Magic Arena, MTG Arena, has proven that you don't really need the Paper Magic in full. You need it in some way, but you don't need it, right? So I think that event process will change. I think it's going to become more and more like a convention, in the sense like a Gen Con or San Diego Comic Con, whatever con, that is more of the experience, right? We've all realized that the gaming is what we love, and we like to hang out with people and stuff, but that's what they're going to show more, is that it's more casual. more commander, more interesting things, more play with different people or different, different types of tournament stuff. So I think that will grow over the years. I think like more competitive Magic will probably be more shifted online. Competitive Magic will be focused on growing Magic Arena. And I don't think that Magic as a whole will ever, go back, as a card focused only. Magic Arena will continue to grow. If you have noticed, all of the art and the cards that are happening, all the reprints and stuff like that, are pretty much the same stuff we've already seen. It's just reprinting of stuff that isn't on the reserve list that are valuable, right? Mana Crypt, stuff like that, right? Karakas, Jace the Mind Sculptor. I mean, it's just the same crap over again. Mana Drain. When is it ever going to end? And when is it ever going to end? So these reprints that you see are never going to end. It's Termagoyf, Imperial Seal, all this stuff you see in Modern will continue to basically eventually become such a high amount of out there. I think the prices are going to tank. So I think the new stuff like the fetch land, stuff like that, it's going to tank. The boxes and stuff, I can see some growth. People always ask me, should I buy boxes that Rudy are talking about? He talks about, well, these are grown, I make you money. Here's the catch. I've said it before. Even if you got 10 boxes and you made $100 on a box or $200 on a box, say $200 on 10 boxes, that's $2,000. But that'll probably take maybe sometimes a year to 2 years. A year is really stretching it. 2 years, maybe. 3 years, okay. But it's 3 years of investing, putting all that money in space. The boxes take space, by the way. You don't have a giant warehouse like Rudy does. So understand that the singles, the cards, tend to be the most valuable resource, the most valuable asset. I really feel like Magic has not grown to the same level like Pokemon and the Bitcoin, all that. So I think a lot of people in that Bitcoin, Pokemon space, I'm doing another video of it later on, but they have actually bought and asked to go into Magic. So now I'm going to be accepting Bitcoin here soon. If you are buying and you want to pay by Bitcoin, I'll probably accept it. I have a way to do that now. And also, people have also asked, well, is Pokemon money coming into Magic? Yes. People have asked me and told me I'm diversifying away from Pokemon because they've gone up so high, parabolic, really, right? And now I want to buy into Magic. It's interesting because Magic kind of didn't grow that level. It's grown a lot compared to Pokemon over the years, but that last 2020 especially, 2019, 2020 basically, did not see that kind of growth. And man, you will see additional money coming in. I guess the last thing really is that I don't foresee that big recession that people are waiting for. I don't think it's happening. Interest rates are too low. There's too much money. The companies have evolved in the job market to change the way you do business. I think travel jobs, all that will always be hurting, and it's always going to affect the marketplace. However, I don't think that the overall economy won't be recovering. I also think that the pandemic, after this whole thing's done, the vaccine, I think the world of the way we travel, the mask thing, all that kind of stuff, I think it's just going to be changed. That's all it is. The way we eat, the way we socialize, things have to change and evolve. And I think Magic will have to evolve with it, and collectibles will too. So all in all, I think, it's hard because if you want to sell your entire collection, you could. But I think there's still a growth opportunity in the next 5 years, especially for the stuff you want to sell, that I would probably keep unless you can use those monies to pay off debt or also have other vehicles to make exponential growth that we've already talked about. And I think those are the two things that I really think that will always help you long term. But again, if your risk appetite's not there for those exponential growth opportunities, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it because if you don't have enough safe stuff, like safe items, safe collectibles, or safe things that are steady Eddie, like blue chip stuff, well, you want to make sure you're not overexposed to more risky investments. All right. Well, James, thanks again. Guys, what do you guys think? Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys soon. Aloha again. Aloha. Whoa. Is that a black lotus? No, that's a red lotus. See you guys later.
Hey everyone, it's me, Daniel with VintageMagic.com. I want to share with you more about how we handle consignments. So to begin the consignment process, we actually need to start with the consultation service. In this consultation, I will determine what you're looking to do. And generally, consigners usually tell me, hey Dan, I'm looking to sell my items and maximize the value of their collection. After we determine through the consultation, I usually like to do an appraisal process. And an appraisal process in terms of a consignment is more fitted towards authenticity and valuation for current market values. From there, after a contract is crafted and signed, we will then receive the items from you. The reason why our consignment process is very thorough is we also identify cards that could be graded so then they can maximize higher dollar values. So the payment process is very simple. Once we have sold your items, you'll get an updated ledger and we will process payment for whatever form of payment you need. As a consignor, you're gonna experience our white glove service. What that means is I'm gonna personally handle your collectibles from beginning to end. And rest assured, the client that purchases your collectibles will also receive the same white glove service. It's a signature service that I really pride myself on in working closely with my clients.
Vintage Magic. Game, collect, invest. For more information about our consulting and professional services, visit vintagemagic.com.